And welcome.
To another Justice live stream.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we went live. I was kind of excited to do this today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier has officially come out, and we wanted to make sure to do our kind of thoughts and theories and reaction and kind of small little breakdown of it before the next episode got out. So we thought maybe doing a live discussion was the best way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a few notes here. I got some bullet points written down in kind of chronological order of the episode. So I figured maybe I would just kind of spit some things out about the episode. And then if you want to interrupt me or, we can go kind of back and forth and we'll see what comes up. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's talk about the opening of the episode, right? We hear Cap's voice. And he's saying,
yes.
How's it feel? And we hear Sam say, like it belongs to someone else. And, of course, Cap says, it isn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. So already, because, when you see the title of the show, you see the trailers, we're thinking, oh, well, I guess Falcon isn't going to take up the mantle. So then as soon as the episode starts, it's interesting that we hear that you see the doubt in him. He puts the shield away. Like, it's like, oh, okay. Maybe he doesn't feel like he deserves it. Like, I don't really know what's going on there exactly,
Yeah, like maybe he's just still torn up about the death of Cap, too.
Yeah.
And starting just everything and coming back from the blip, just like...
Yeah,
man.
Maybe he feels like that flame's time has come to burn out, and the world needs new heroes, I think is what he said. So he ends up giving the shield to a museum. I thought that was really interesting.
I don't know if it's a museum or if it's like a government monument sort of deal.
It might be, but I think it's like straight up like the Smithsonian or something like that.
Okay.
But either way, he gives away the shield. That's the main point here.
Yeah.
And that
it's on display.
Oh, yeah. We're like, oh my god, Cap shield, he gave that to you, man. But, and then the older gentleman, he's like, you did the right thing, this and that. So we're like, okay, I guess Sam doesn't want to be Cap, I guess that's that. And we don't really get much context after that. But then we go straight into a mission with Falcon. And he's like doing it in an Air Force plane that was hijacked. Oh, dude, that scene was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's like a army informant that got that they were trying to capture or something.
Yeah.
Like some rebels or something.
Yeah.
Some force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was a cool sequence. That whole mission.
Yeah. It was cool to see Falcon in his element, like up in the aerial fights and stuff. That's cool. I like to see him do that
for more than 3 seconds at a time.
Yeah. One thing I thought
you actually got it front and center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally.
One thing I thought was interesting was his little drone, Red Wing.
Yeah.
In the comics, those of you who know, it's a real Falcon. So me personally, I'm a little disappointed that it's not a real Falcon, but I also understand like how unrealistic that is. So the other side of me is like, okay, but then wouldn't it be cool if we get like a super updated drone where it actually looks like a bird, but it's a robot.
Yeah.
But it looks like a metal bird or something. I think that would be cool.
That would be cool, yeah. Because I feel like I almost feel like if they continue with Falcon at the front, he's gonna have like sort of updates, and it's gonna be like sort of kind of like with Wanda, how there was growth.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be the same with Bucky and them. So they're gonna be getting upgrades, I feel like, throughout this time.
Yeah, and I mean, I won't go too much into this yet, but who knows? There might be some like super soldier serum in Sam's future. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Something like that. So next we find out about I guess you would call them a terrorist group, but their name is the Flag Smashers.
Yes.
These are some new kids on the block, and they are pretty badass, dude. They
are.
They seem very strong, like abnormally strong.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. And then after that scene where we kind of find out about them, his buddy, I think his name is Taurus or Taurus, or I'm not sure how you say it. I think it's like Taurus. But either way, he was looking really suspicious, in my opinion at least, with the way he was asking Sam about Cap. He's like, there's some theories going around the internet that Cap is up on the moon. And so that's kind of explaining that no one knows about Old Man Cap. No one knows what happened to Cap. For all other...
They just know he's gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, for all anyone knows, he could be dead, so...
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if I trust this Taurus guy yet. I don't know. He seems cool, but he seems like too friendly, too cool,
I think, I kind of get you. Like, it's almost like they're too friendly with him, and we haven't had the chance to get friendly with him.
Yeah.
As an audience.
Yeah.
And so it feels a little off.
Yeah. And even Sam, in my opinion, kind of felt a little off-putting with him, especially when he was trying to mess with the little parts that Sam was putting together. I think he was fixing Red Wing, actually.
Yeah. I don't think it was Red Wing. I think it was his actual...
wings,
you know what I mean?
Okay, probably like
his thrusters.
His thrusters. Okay.
Yeah, it was the thrusters. He had to reroute wiring, and so Taurus was like, "Oh, if you reroute it this way," he's like, "Hey, don't touch."
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, he even said something about I don't want to misquote it, but it was something about when he came back to the Air Force, like his tech is acting screwy or something like that. So,
anytime the Army touches his tech.
Okay.
It gets stuck. It gets messy. So, and the dude is just like, well, dude, it's Stark level technology. We don't have anything like that. So.
Yeah. So that was interesting. So moving on, we finally see Bucky. I have to say when we were moving through the beginning of this episode, I was like, where's the Winter Soldier? Where's Bucky? I thought. You know what I mean? Where is he at? But they give him to us first with this nightmare that he's having of one of his past missions as the Winter Soldier, and that was interesting because
that was super interesting.
Yeah, he ended up taking an innocent life. That dude was trying to get into his apartment or something.
I think it was a hotel.
Okay, yeah, he was trying to get in his door or something and. It looks like Bucky took him out, and then to even jump further a little, we'll come back to it. But he ends up going to, was it breakfast or lunch with that dude's dad?
It seems like they have a ongoing relationship. That wasn't the first time they hung out. They've been chilling. I think they're neighbors.
Yeah, and it seemed
in the apartment.
At times Bucky even wanted to tell him, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
And so, that's going to be an interesting thing to dive into. But also, I want to bring up Bucky is in therapy, and he doesn't seem to like it very much. And I thought that was interesting.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
so... what was it? A condition of his pardon for him to go into therapy.
Yeah, we kind of got to see him making amends with... past people he's done things with, and so we got to see his book, his little book of it looks like
book
people,
of names.
Yeah, he wants to make amends with and that kind of thing. And to me the most interesting thing, I didn't even notice it at first, but I saw this on the internet that Zemo is on that list.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't remember who Zemo is, he was the bad guy from Captain America Civil War. And he was the one that kind of framed Bucky and got Cap and Iron Man to fight each other, and all the drama and all that happened. So he was on the list.
Yeah.
And I guess it said that he's probably going to be a big villain in this show, too. So we didn't get to see him in this episode, but we did get to see his name. So that was a little Easter egg. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I saw that, I think, at the end. Because they did more of a close-up on his book at the very end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably where most people were noticing it. Yeah. Yeah, and we're probably gonna get his cool like purple mask that his character wears in the comics. Well, in the comics it's like a purple suit, but it looks like in this show it's gonna be more like a purple mask with like these cool streaks on it. Some are saying maybe to resemble Thanos, which I thought was interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is a very nice shade of purple. That Thanos was, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's a good shade.
Yeah.
What's next?
I just thought it's interesting to talk about the book again real quick. That it's like both people he did bad things to and people he did bad things with. You know what I mean? Because there was that senator he helped get elected.
Yeah.
While he was the Winter Soldier. And so he sort of helped her get caught. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's instead of like a list of people he wants to make amends with, it's more of a list of loose ends.
Yeah.
More like things he needs to finish more.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that for sure.
So next we see Bucky gets lunch with Mr. Nakajima, which is apparently the guy's son, or the guy's dad that he killed.
The innocent victim.
Yeah, in the doorway.
In that episode.
Yeah. Dude, really sad because they got like this cute like old man relationship going on.
For real, like, oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, Bucky is like 16 years older than Nakajima, though.
Yeah, I think he made some kind of comment like someone had died in their 90s, and they were looking through the newspaper, and Bucky makes a comment like, "Oh, so young," or something.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Nakajima like hooks him up with a little date.
Yeah, with the sushi girl.
Yeah. So that was cool. I don't know if it's going to work out. I imagine maybe Bucky's going to have several different love interests throughout this show.
Yeah, because, I mean, if she sticks around, then he's going to have to explain the sudden, like straight-face walkout, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe this will be the beginning spark of a long-lasting love interest. Who knows? We'll just have to see.
Yeah, who knows?
But then we see, to move forward a little bit, we see the Flag Smashers, they do a little bank heist, like a Swiss bank.
Yeah.
And that's when we really get to see, too, like, that they kind of seem, would I say, more than human? You know?
Yes, like, at least that one dude, at least.
Yes. Yeah, so...
Like, he seems to be, like, the leader, I think they said, of the Flag Smashers.
Well... You get
I think they're at least hypothesizing.
Yeah, you get that impression, but no,
because I think Torres even said that when he was on the phone with Sam.
Well, the only reason
like,
I'm questioning it is because I saw a picture on the internet. I can't remember the actress's name, but she's a girl. She has like red hair and freckles, and I think she's. Maybe the people are guessing this because she's a higher paid actor, but people are assuming that she's going to end up being the leader.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I'm almost wondering if maybe she's doing a Princess Padme situation, or maybe this guy is acting as the leader and she's like on the sidelines, but then like
like Dark Knight Rises situation.
Yeah, you get me. Yeah, so, but who knows? You know, nothing's for sure yet. Again, these are just things I'm seeing on the internet. So, we'll just have to wait and see. But moving a little bit forward again, we see that Sam, he's got a little family. Sam is an uncle. We get to meet his, I think it was a niece and nephew he had, and his sister, Sarah.
I think it was 2 nephews.
Or maybe 2 nephews. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we didn't really get to spend much time with them, but we did get to find out that he has an issue with his sister where it looks like she wants to get rid of the family boat and
house.
Doesn't really want to. Yeah, and he doesn't really want to. He wants to keep everything, you know? And I don't know, that was just interesting, especially like to me it was like I felt like he was doing the same thing with Captain America's shield. Instead of moving on with it and creating the next Captain America with himself, he like wanted, in my opinion, he just wanted to preserve the memory. And so
Ooh, I wanna make a comment real quick. Someone someone commented a few minutes ago. I didn't see it till right now. It said Red Skull predicted the Flag Smashers in the first Avengers. He said, "I have seen into the future, Captain. There are no flags."
Ooh, there are no flags.
Thank you for that comment. Let me see, what was the name on Belboo? Thank you for that.
Damn, that really gets me thinking. Dude, I have a lot more to say about these Flag Smashers. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, it seems like it's a really interesting group.
Yeah.
Because what did it say that they liked it better during the blip?
Yes. Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes. Yeah. Dude, they said that they liked life better the way it was during the blip. And that made me think, with Flag Smashers, them not wanting, borders and that kind of thing is the impression I'm getting. Are they saying like they preferred the chaos of the blip and how there was a lack of government and a lack of control? Is that what they're saying, you think? Or?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So do you think they want the world to be under like a one world government or just like complete anarchy?
I think it's more of an anarchy situation.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
But only time will tell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since we're already on this track, I want to talk about what Taurus says when he's talking to Sam on the phone about this group, or they're like FaceTiming. It was after the bank robbery, and Taurus is like kind of beat up.
Broken orbital, I think he said.
Yeah, and Sam he starts to say something and then kind of stops his words, and then Taurus says, "Wait, you don't think it could be and then Sam cuts him off before he can finish that sentence.
Yes.
So this is where I want to start getting crazy with the theories, dude. What could he have said? Do you think he was going to say, you don't think they could be super soldiers? Do you think...
That was my first thought. Something like that.
Yeah, right?
Because
do you think they
it wasn't any special power sort of deal. It was just like increased strength and like that sort of thing,
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
It definitely seems very super soldiery to me.
Wonder if it's even too soon to suggest that he would say mutants? I don't know.
That could be interesting as well.
Because here's where I'm taking this. All right. Those of you who read the comics and you know about Weapon X, you know that Weapon X is basically a program that is trying to recreate the success of the super soldier serum with Captain America in different ways. And so I'm kind of wondering, would it be crazy to think that these Flag Smashers could be past patients or victims of a project like Weapon X?
That could be really interesting.
And maybe that's how they became super. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then so that got me super excited, going down all kinds of rabbit holes in my mind. I'm like, dude, this is how they could introduce maybe not mutants as a whole, but the Weapon X program. And people like
start laying
Wolverine.
The seeds out more.
Yeah. I think this would, dude, I think this would be the perfect way. It probably wouldn't be till later on, but I think this would be the perfect way to lay the seeds for Wolverine and Weapon X, Adamantium. Everyone's saying that shield, it might not be vibranium, that it might be adamantium, the way that it is. I think that's what it is in the comics. I'd have to double check on that.
Okay.
So, we can either take these hints as like, oh no, Weapon X, X-Men, Wolverine, or we could dial it back a little bit because we did learn from WandaVision that if you raise your expectations too high, sometimes they're just trolling you with the guy from X-Men that played Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of things to theorize there, but and we can get back to that, but to move forward a little bit to the way the episode ends, we get a new Captain America, dude.
Yes.
I don't know about
dude,
that.
That that popped up. Like, I feel like I can imagine how Sam felt.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah,
like,
the
what
look
are these
on his
motherfuckers
face,
doing?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He looked
Oh
hurt.
my God.
He really did. And so I did a little background. I wasn't really familiar, but I did a little background check, and I guess in the comics, this guy is John Walker, and he usually goes by Super Patriot. And he's typically kind of after the Captain America mantle. Okay. So I don't, I mean, I think it's obvious, but I don't think this guy's to be trusted at all. And I agree. Very interesting too. Did you note? It was like one of the first things I noticed about this guy. He had a gun. And Captain America isn't unheard of using a gun. He's used one like before, but typically he's all about showing that all he needs is his shield, and he usually doesn't carry a gun. He'll use one.
It's always like a gun he picked up mid-fight, typically the enemy's gun or something, like if he ever used a gun, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was never something he brought in himself.
Yeah, that's the way I kind of see it. But so then, the same guy that told Sam that it was good of him to bring in the shield is the guy that gives the announcement for this new Captain America.
And that's why I think it wasn't like a museum. It was sort of like a government like memorial sort of deal. They're like, we're gonna set up this memorial to Captain America.
Good point. Yeah,
he gave him the shield.
Yeah,
and so now it's the government coming in and saying, "All right, let's bring him back another dude."
Yeah.
And Sam's like, really? Why do I even trust these motherfuckers?
Yeah. So okay, let me read to you the exact quote of what that guy says, because it's really interesting, and I think there's a couple things to break down here. So before they bring out the new Captain America, he says, "While we love heroes who put their lives on the line to defend the Earth, we also need a hero to defend this country. We need a real person who embodies America's greatest values. We need someone to inspire us again. Someone who can be a symbol for all of us." I think that wording is very important.
Yeah.
Yes. And, again, maybe this is me getting too crazy with the theorizing, but check me out. If I'm kind of sniffing a supers versus non-supers conflict happening, that maybe this new Captain America isn't a super soldier. Maybe he's a regular dude using today's technology built by Americans for Americans.
Yeah,
like
I can see that.
And saying that we don't need to count on these supers to protect us, and that maybe in the end that these flag smashers are going to be kind of mistaken lost souls that are really just trying to say, hey, these people are created us and are trying to wipe us out and trying to say that we're the problem, but this wasn't our choice. So I don't know. Those are kind of the conflicts that maybe I'm sniffing by what he's saying.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, because on that point, I do feel like with the flag smashers, it's not going to be some cut and dry, they're evil sort of deal. Like, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where, like, it's like there's things you can almost agree with them, but, like, the way they're doing it isn't great.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I can almost imagine it going that sort of route.
Yeah. Like, just one of those villains that they want you to sympathize with a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. But yeah, so I really thought that was interesting with the way he was wording some of this. Like, a real person. He says a real person. And I'm like, dude, like, this is even feeling like vibes of stuff we get in the X-Men comics with, like, mutants versus humans.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't want to, like, get overexcited, but this is exactly what that feels like. It's turning the people against the others that are more special and that have abilities.
Yeah.
They just haven't used the word mutants yet, but I really think that these are the seeds, Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, and aside from that, it might not be a crazy mutants versus humans thing. It might just be simply they want a Captain America that they can control, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, because they were never really able to control Steve. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, he didn't want to sign. He didn't want to sign the
Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
So
I almost said the Geneva Convention, but that's super wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, those are kind of my theories about this new Captain America. I don't think he has superpowers. Yeah. I think they just wanted someone that they can control more. I'm theorizing about mutants versus humans coming. I think these flag smashers might be victims of the Super Soldier Program or Weapon X. And those are kind of my leading theories right now.
Yeah, dude, I can definitely see those panning out. Like it's obviously gonna have to say like it's super early and it's hard to tell, but like I can definitely see it taking those directions.
Yeah, and I think we should mention too what's interesting is this show is a whole lot more grounded and feels more like a regular television show, I guess you would say, compared to how crazy WandaVision was and spectacular.
Yeah, WandaVision was like such a trip. Like it was out there, but I loved it. But this one, definitely seems less meta.
Yeah.
And
I don't know where this takes place in the timeline, actually. I don't know if it takes place before or after WandaVision, but I do think it takes place before Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Homecoming. Or Far From Home.
Okay. Yeah, because it's hard to tell, like, post-blip timeline stuff right now, I feel like. But I wonder if that's sort of what this is going to start filling out to these shows and stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually happy you brought that up. It's very cool that we get to see more into the lives of even average people of what blip life was like.
Yeah, like in the bank talking about like you have no employment history for 5 years type stuff. Like, well, he was blipped, but it's like that was stuff they had to consider. Yeah, and just the idea he brought up about like how like 3 billion people just suddenly showed up again. How do you deal with that? Like infrastructure, like policy, like how do you deal with that?
Yeah,
I think that's super interesting.
These are very interesting things to discover and explore.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like you were going to say something.
Yeah, I want to circle back a little bit. We were talking about the new Captain America.
Yes.
It showed us Falcon's reaction. What I really want to see is Bucky's reaction.
Oh, dude,
that's what I want to see. Like, I wonder if that's what the second episode opens with. I can see that happening.
Yeah. Dude, I think Bucky's going to be upset about this. And I think,
dude, he's going to be pissed.
I'm really happy you brought this up, actually, because that makes me wonder if... Because we see in the trailers that Bucky and Sam aren't really getting along. And we got a little bit of that in, like, Civil War. They were kind of bickering. But maybe that's going to be kind of the starting point of this. What if Bucky kind of blames Sam for letting this happen? Yeah. He's like, bro... He trusted.
Why'd you give up the shield?
Yeah. He gave that mantle to you.
Handed it back to the government.
Yeah, and deep down, I'm sure that there's parts of Bucky that feels like he wishes Cap would have given it to him. But I think too, it's like, bro, like I know you were brainwashed, but with your history of being like a super terrorist, I just don't think it's a good idea. Sam deserves it in my eyes. He's a leader. Definitely. He's fought for this country, and he embodies the same type of values that I think Steve Captain America embodied himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, man, good stuff. I give this first episode a B+, and the reason I don't give it an A is simply just because I wish there was a little bit more Bucky. But I realized too that it's kind of like the first episode, and they're just not working with each other. Yeah, and they're setting stuff up.
Yeah.
So I got high hopes, man. I got crazy theories rattling around in my head. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Like, definitely. Like, it's interesting seeing the directions they're taking the MCU.
Yeah.
And just I don't know if you can. Is it still the MCU now that there is TV shows?
That's a good point. There might be a new name on the horizon.
Yeah, a new acronym on the horizon, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know down in the comments below your thoughts and theories about this, if you're excited about this, or if this wasn't what you were expecting and you're not really digging the vibe. Let us also know your crazy theories, even if you feel like it's too high, if you're getting too hyped up. That's what we're all about too. We want to know about the X-Men, we want to know about Wolverine, we want to know about mutants. So let us know down below.
Yeah, let us know. And on that note, I guess check us out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at JustisBand.
I hope everyone out there has an excellent week, and until next time,
catch you on the flip.
Yeah.
All right.